My name is Doug Holbein. I'm the Chief Plans Examiner with the Nebraska State Fire Marshal's Office. Everyone in Nebraska is concerned about public health and safety. Building design is one area where state and local agencies, contractors, and developers all work together to help protect the safety of Nebraska residents. The Engineers and Architects Regulation Act plays an important role here. It requires that plans for certain commercial buildings and public works projects be reviewed by design professionals. Architects and engineers with the necessary training in areas like structural design so that we can be reasonably secure that the projects constructed will be safe. When I see a plan with an engineer's and architect's stamp, it tells me that a team of people have created a project design that has gone through all of the steps that lead to successful projects. On-time and well-built projects designed with the safety of the public in mind.
The original regulation of engineers and architects had occurred in 1937. It had been quite some time since we'd updated and comprehensively addressed more modern standards and regulation of engineers and architects. And one of the things we found is you can have a great building code, but if you don't have people that understand it, know how to implement it, are professionals, that it won't be as effective as it should be. And in the end, there was a consensus, and the legislature did pass this law because the public is protected by regulation of engineers and architects.
The Engineers and Architects Act, in my view, is the tool we use to implement the International Building Code or any of the international codes.
I like to think of it as actually being something that helps the city and in providing the needs of the community. We often call on engineers to work on public works projects, which might include water, sewer, streets. We also have bridges and overpasses that we need to bring in their expertise on. You know, we have a certain obligation to protect the people and to make sure that what it is that we're offering out there or what we're seeing happening is safe.
In our business, we build water and wastewater facilities. Water facilities are generally, we're talking about public health. We're not talking about whether the sidewalk is straight or not. We're talking about people drinking water. Now, wastewater side is also protecting the public, but if you think about it, the wastewater facilities are really about protecting generally people downstream. So having a design professional involved that knows what the impacts of those things, we're not just about recommending things to the owner, but they've got a higher really responsibility to make certain that those facilities are ones that are going to protect the people he's not even under contract for.
The architect takes on a very pivotal role in speaking for the project. As a code official, I need somebody who I can talk to that speaks my language when I need a question answered on a project. And that's what the architect does.
For us, schedule is critical, and for schedule to be successful, we feel we have to have a set of design documents that are fully developed, not just technically, but fully compliant with codes that are in effect in the locations that we're in, so that what we charge our consultants with doing is making sure that we are in full compliance, so that we don't have issues during the building phase that would either slow us down or hamper our ability to open a safe and functioning facility for our customers.
By putting their stamp or seal on those set of plans, the design firm is taking on a potentially unlimited liability. And that's something that we tell them every day, that by doing this, not only the corporation that they're working for, but the individual engineer or architect, even though they're employed by a firm, they also face personal liability. The Act, we believe, when I say we, the insurance industry, it does create that consistent approach to design standards, and it promotes the health and safety and welfare of the public. Two areas that the insurance industry is very, very concerned about. And so if there's any change to those standards, or if there are no standards in place to begin with, the insurance industry as a whole really gets concerned as to the products that they're willing to offer to that territory and the pricing that they're willing to give to those products.
In each and every project, it isn't so much the insuring of the contents that is of as much of a concern as it is the safety of the customer, because it wants to, at the end of the day, be a very safe environment for people to be in. And so for us, it's a form of loss prevention in an indirect way, that by designing the facility from the beginning so that we've incorporated all of our standards and requirements that we have, we are not exposed to the potential of some form of liability or lack of insurance.
The intent of the law is safety. I mean, it's just like with building codes. It's an attempt to make sure the buildings that we build are safe, and that people can have confidence that their safety has been looked out for by the different acts that we've adopted.
I think as a consumer you should rest assured the fact that you've got professional people working on projects that are out there, that are licensed by your states to protect your health, safety, and welfare. And I think that as a constituent you should also know that we as public officials are bringing in that type of expertise to work on projects that you're going to be using, that your children are going to be using, and that hopefully your grandchildren will be using.